Welcome back to another powerful episode with Goat Realty. And this episode is not just about buying home, it's about transformation. And today we have Mr. Sajil Ahmed. Thank you so much for stopping by today.
Thank you for having me.
Can you please introduce yourself before we jump onto the questions?
Sure. My name is Sajil Ahmed, and I'm a second generation general contractor and a serial entrepreneur where I own a portfolio of companies ranging from development, general contracting to other trade-related services, as well as e-commerce and
Nice.
import and export as well.
So you're everywhere.
I'm trying to be. I'm trying to put my footprint out there.
Great.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so I know that your family owned a few good pieces of real estate in the Bronx and Queens. Like, I'm just curious that what made you go by yourself?
Well, I was very comfortable with my family, alhamdulillah, and everything was really fine. But I got married, and I wanted to think about myself and my family's future. So I thought of going on this road with my own portfolio, and wanted to get my foot in the door.
Great.
Yeah.
So before buying the property, right? Because I know we sold you a multi-family unit and it belongs, in 10467 zip code. It was a legal 3-family house.
Yes.
What was your biggest fear or concerns before your first purchase?
I wanted to do things right, and the biggest fear was to taking the wrong step. And I was not sure about how the process goes and how difficult would it be. Everything was taken care of by my family, so doing things on my own was a big step for me. And I was obviously
Not quite there yet.
I was not quite there yet. I was a bit nervous to go into a new field. Real estate investor business side is completely different than fixing houses.
It's a whole different ballgame.
Exactly. So with any new business, there are some risks involved. So that's what I was worried about.
So what made you choose us? Like, what really stood out about us so you thought that you want to move forward with this portfolio thing with Goat Realty?
What happened was I was going through the process of buying a home. I was, in fact, I had put down a deposit. I really liked the deal, but running through the numbers and everything, and the pressure that was put on by the previous, agent that I was working with, unfortunately, it came to known that it wasn't really a good deal for me, and I was just succumbing to pressure, and that wasn't. I had a bad experience before. So your name came in with high praise from a really good friend of mine, Asif Bhai, and he
Thank you so much, Asibay, like if you're watching.
He was working on his house for a long time, and when he had success, a really good friend of mine spoke very highly of you, and he mentioned how easy the process was and how helpful you were, and that all sounded really great. I thought I would definitely give you a call and give it a try, and alhamdulillah, everything went well from there on.
Great. Thank you so much for choosing Goat Realty and giving us the opportunity. When did your mindset shifted towards investing?
Well, I looked at the different options that I had, and when I spoke with you and we looked through a bunch of different options, starting from the very first property that we showed, and so you showed me and we saw together, you showed me what was possible in terms of what kind of properties we can acquire. And when I saw that I can go for a bigger portfolio, like 3-family instead of the 2-family, that helped me change my perspective to going into even further. So we looked into bigger properties that included 4-family, 5-family. We ended up settling on a 3-family.
Correct.
And that would happen to be the sweet spot as our first investment together, because I was looking at this from a long-term perspective, and I wanted to set my foot correctly in the beginning, and it seemed like the right way to make the choice.
Great. Like, I'm glad that you're happy,
You were part of that
Absolutely,
journey in
the
process.
journey.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Okay, so I believe it's been more than a year we have owned that property. So how is your experience? Because I know, and I really appreciate giving us the opportunity of renting all the units as well. So how good so far it's going?
So far, it's been great, alhamdulillah. We were able to, right off the bat, the property was really, didn't need much renovation in it. Everything was good. All the systems
It was a
were
gut
good.
out.
It was a gut out renovation, so we didn't have to do much. It was tenant ready. So as soon as we finished, closed on the deal, we started looking for clients. And in that experience, Goat Realty also came in and helped me a lot. Finding tenants was also great. We were able to go with programs with the people that have housing vouchers. There were some families that you brought in. Everybody was deserving. We chose like the one we could to our best of our knowledge, and it has been great so far.
No, yes, like I'm sorry to cut you off,
Yeah.
but I do remember when I spoke to you about the people with the programs and the vouchers, and you were not quite sure of that. So you wanted some more clarification that how exactly these vouchers work.
Yeah.
So I explained to you that these are those families, you know, who are compromised or they have some issues with their financials.
Yeah.
So you told me that, you know what, like, yes, we get the top-notch dollar, but at the same time, that would be great, like, if we can entertain them as well,
Exactly.
you know, so like it's gonna be like one stone and two birds, you know,
Exactly.
that yes, the primary goal is to make money, but at the same time doing good and giving back to the society matters as well, you know. So
helping the community, you know, and also making money.
Yep,
At the
you
same
know,
time, having
you
good
can't beat
cash
that.
flow. Exactly.
It's a beautiful
It's a win-win
combination.
situation.
Yeah,
Exactly.
great.
So the experience with applying and going through the whole process of applying with the city housing, that also went really well.
Yep.
You know, the inspection.
It normally takes time, but
Yeah.
but thank God, you know,
Thank
we
God.
had some good connections, and then they really, you know, move things along.
Exactly. Just like you had good connections with the closing, you know, the
Yep.
lawyers, the inspection people, everything.
We told you, like, we are one-stop shop. Like, we have inspectors, mortgage brokers, like the attorneys. We have like pool of all, so you pick and choose whatever, you know, best fits your needs.
Exactly. And going back to your earlier questions, I would like to add to that where you said what I was worried about. So that was also part of it, you know, the kind of attorneys.
Yeah, picking up the right people.
Exactly. And the kind of mortgage broker you pick, you know. So you picked really good people. The whole team was really good. And those were the issues and things that I was concerned about initially. What kind of documents and all the paperwork, who's going to help me, how it's going to go. You know, am I going to be sufficient enough in terms of my credit scores, in terms
Financials,
of
down payment,
everything.
and closing costs and all that.
And throughout the entire process, you were able to find me not only the right people, but also be there as a general partner, you know, giving recommendations on everything, you know. So I really appreciate that, you know, and that made the whole process so much easier and made me more confident into going into bigger stuff.
Absolutely.
So that's where we're going, you know.
I mean, quite honestly, it's about, you know, like when we think about investing, and investing especially in a city like New York, you have to have a great team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if you don't have a great team, you know, because a lot is involved.
Yeah.
You know, you should have good team on your side.
Yeah.
When I say team, it means a good lender,
Mm-hmm.
attorneys, and good inspectors, good agent, you know, who can represent you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Takes
saying?
a village.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's not like just like you just go in and then take it.
The inspector that you had, great guy, you know, very professional, came on time, all the pictures and everything. The attorney that you had, great team. Everybody was
good follow-ups.
Really followed.
I would like to tell people, like, the attorney that we use for most of my deals is a great Pakistani guy, and he have like 12 to 13 paralegals, you know.
Exactly.
So, you know, that really adds up, because normally we had complaints. We couldn't get back to the attorney because they're stuck, you know. But the attorney we provide to you guys, they have like 12, 13 paralegals, which means you will get the follow-ups like within like 2-3 hours. You know, it means a lot.
So each person that you have in your team has their own team.
Exactly.
So
it's like team within team.
Team within team. You know, it really worked out.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
So what would you say to someone who's renting right now and can afford to buy a house but is not quite there yet? So what is your suggestions to them?
I would suggest that it's nothing to be worried about. As it's not as bad as you might think in your mind. So मेरे साथ भी ऐसा ही था पहले. मैं ये बात उर्दू में करना चाहूँगा ताकि वो लोग जो मेरे पाकिस्तानी
ताकि आप उनसे रिलेट कर सकें.
देसी कम्युनिटी हैं, जी पाकिस्तानी, बंगाली, श्रीलंकन जो भी हैं जिन्हें उर्दू समझ आती है वो समझ सकें.
जी जी.
कि शुरू में ऐसा होता है कि आप सोचते हैं कि एक बहुत बड़ा पहाड़ है, कैसे चढ़ेंगे और कैसे ये काम करेंगे. How to climb this mountain. But then, you know, if you have the right tools and you have the right team with you, all the big insurmountable mountains become really easy to climb. So, mashallah, and इसलिए, you know, मैं recommend करूँगा जो लोग rent कर रहे हैं कि if you take your time, you know, and save money, and in the meantime find deals, you will find something that makes sense to you. Everybody's आपका हर बंदे का अपना सीन है जी. जैसे उनको कंफर्टेबल लगता है,
जहाँ पे भी आपको
जहाँ पे भी उसमें सब कुछ आ सकता है. स्पेस, लोकेशन, यू नो, जो आपको बजट फिट करता है उसके लिए आप वेट करें. और जब आपके पास एक अमाउंट हो जाए जमा, सेविंग्स में, तो फिर आपको स्टेप लेने में जो है ना हिचकिचाहट
देर
नहीं करनी चाहिए. जब डील्स देखते रहे और जब आपको कोई अच्छी डील मिले, try to act on it as soon as possible. And if you're talking about speed is of the essence, and this is the right person to do it. And Goat Realty, is all about speed.
Thank you
So
so
I would
much.
like my recommendation is to don't overthink. Be prepared. Have your savings, have your down payment ready, and have your deals searched and looked up every day, because every day there's a new opportunity.
Some opportunity coming up.
Exactly.
मैं काफ़ी जब लोगों से मिलता हूँ अपनी community में, there are people who've been here for past a good amount of time, 30, 35, 40 plus years, and they have cash, right? They're good entrepreneurs, they're good contractors, but they haven't still bought a house. तो मेरी जब उनसे मुलाकात होती है, because I'm curious कि आपने अभी तक what stopped you, on taking that move? तो वो कहते थे कि हमें पता ही नहीं है. That really makes me, to do this kind of thing. मैंने इसलिए ये podcast का भी initiative लिया, और बहुत शुक्रिया आपके आने का कि मैं चाहता हूँ अपनी community को बताएं कि ये doable है. ये ऐसा नहीं है कि ये नहीं हो सकता. The only thing which lacks is the information and the awareness. जब आपको किसी बात का शऊर आ जाता है, तो आपके लिए वो चीज़ करना बहुत आसान हो जाती है. तो हम इसीलिए हमने उनको बुलाया, सजील भाई को भी, ताकि वो आपको बताएं. मेरा ख्याल है कि बहुत अच्छा उन्होंने आपको बताया, गाइड किया, and I really appreciate for that to you as well.
Thank you for having me.
And then last but not the least, where do you see yourself in next 5-10 years?
Inshallah, in the next 5-10 years, I would like to continue on the journey that I started. I would like to not give up and continue forward, and that means every year acquiring at least 1 or 2 properties, and we're looking into it, inshallah. So as time goes on, it'll be easier to get the next property, and process will be much faster, and you get more and more comfortable as you go on, and hopefully by 10 years you'll have at least a property a year, and we're looking at like 50 units,
50-60 units,
50-60 units,
it's a good
inshallah.
rental income.
That's the goal.
You can retire easily.
Exactly. So have a good, healthy, positive cash flow that you can easily be with your family, retire,
Give time to your kids.
Exactly. Give time to my kids, my wife,
And plus, on
and
top
my
of it,
parents,
yourself.
and myself.
Yes.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Active business, you can be involved in it every single day. So this is a passive income sort of route that I would like to build as.
It takes time, but it's not far.
Is not
You
far,
get it?
inshallah. So I'm 35 years old. By the time I'm 45, in 10 years,
You'll be retired.
inshallah,
God
I'm
willingly.
looking, inshallah, I'm looking to make the right investments, be along with the right people, and go much further on this path towards my
Great.
early retirement, inshallah.
Perfect. So now we'll have a few rapid fire questions for you, Sajid bhai.
Sure.
So let's go with them. So, cash flow or appreciation?
Both, cash flow and appreciation.
It depends the nature.
It depends on your, each is their own. So har bande ka apna ek process hai. For some it'll make more sense to be on the cash flow side, and for others, if it doesn't matter as much because their day-to-day is taken care of, their monthlies are taken care of, then cash flow isn't that big of a deal. You can move more towards appreciation.
Perfect. Buy and hold or fix or flip?
I'm a contractor, so buy and flip.
Buy and flip.
Exactly. For now.
All right.
For now.
All right. And then last but not the least, risk or comfort?
Well, comfort is always there, so risk.
Risk.
You
Let's
have
do
to
it.
take a risk. You have to.
You
in
have
order
to come
grow.
out from comfort zone.
Yeah,
no matter
exactly.
what.
You have to
अभी
get
नहीं
out of
होगी,
your
बाद में
shell.
आना पड़ेगा.
Exactly.
ये बहुत शुक्रिया आपका. Thank you so much. आपने बहुत ज़बरदस्त. You carried these questions very well, and I really appreciate you for giving us time and then these pieces of advice to our community.
Thank
and
you.
I hope that helps. So thank you so much, Sajid bhai. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me and giving me this opportunity. I'm very happy to help any way that I can to my community and to your great business. And I wish you all the best of luck. And hopefully we'll have many deals to come. Inshallah.
Absolutely, inshallah. Thank you, Sajid bhai.
Thank you, bye.